Earlier this month, I had the pleasure of chatting with David Hopkins from the 15 Group about ways restaurateurs can maximize their profits. And one of the topics we got into was the use of technology to help streamline your business. So we're going to talk about one of those technologies today. Joining me is the VP of Product at Moneris, Gad Elharrar, and Director of Product, Michael Monaghan, to talk about the latest restaurant solution, Moneris Go Restaurant. Gad, Michael, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Great to be here, Al. Thanks for having us, Al.
So, Gad, I'm going to start with you as VP of Product. Why Go Restaurant? Why now?
I think at the end of the day, Go Restaurant really encapsulates what we're trying to be as a commerce company. I think for some of our listeners and many at home, they may know that a couple of years back, we had a new CEO come in here at Moneris named James Hicks, who really tasked us with thinking through how we can move from a payment provider to a commerce solution company. Mm-hmm. What does that mean? Well, that means being able to provide software, value-added services, and of course, hardware and payments to meet the emerging and evolving needs of all merchants. And Go Restaurant sits right there, right? We believe that it's a great restaurant POS for the small and micro merchants, and I'm sure my colleague Mike will get into more about that. But it really meets their needs and resonates really well with other partnerships we have in the market in the restaurant space, like with Touch Bistro, who oversees a bit more of the FSR, larger merchant space.
Right.
So why now? We've heard the demand from our customers. We saw the need in the market for this software for this specific segment. And it's becoming part of our bloodline of just offering really great solutions on the commerce side.
Now, the launch happened, I think, back in October, correct?
The launch, official launch, I will say, Al, was in October, and we obviously had the fanfare with our marketing team and the PR release. But Michael and team have been in the market now for quite a long time, thinking through and testing and trialing with merchants, different functionality, different aspects to really understand what is going to emerge as those key features to make this a sustainable product.
How's response been so far since launch?
Honestly, better than expected. I don't know why I lowered my voice there, but honestly, better than expected. It's been fantastic. We've met the targets that we put on ourselves for the remainder of 2025. Now we're in, the gravy part, exceeding that. And we feel really good at where this is going. And more than just the numbers, the feedback that we're hearing from our sales team and we call merchants is that this product is really working to meet the everyday needs of those restaurateurs.
Now, Michael, your team worked on this project, obviously. What are some of the new features in Moneris Go Restaurant that we should be looking forward to?
The product was in pilot for a while, and we definitely got feedback from a lot of our merchants. And one of the key features that came from that feedback was the ability to offer open priced items. So what that means is basically when a restaurant is setting up their menu, they're typically setting up preset values for their items and for their menu items. What we allowed is an open priced item. So on the fly, let's say they're selling merchandise or something that they want to be able to enter into the POS on the fly, so they can enter in an on the fly item name and item price as well. So we recently added that to the platform. We've also Moneris Go Restaurant was initially built as a monolithic product, and we're slowly taking that monolithic product and turning it into microservices. So the first microservice that we've launched is our order service. So the ordering is obviously the core of the POS, right? So with this new microservice, I know it's a bit technical, but basically it's making ordering faster for our merchants.
Even though the big launch was kind of this past October, merchants have been using this now for the past year. And I just want to play back for you because I had the privilege of visiting one of those merchants recently for our other podcast, Yes, We Were Open. And she was part of the pilot. This is what she had to say about being part of that.
Just about 6 months ago or so, we got invited to be part of like a new trial for the Moneris Go Restaurant. So it's like a totally new system, like very similar to the one before, but it was nice to be able to put the changes in that we wanted. With the old system, like every button on the screen looked the same unless you uploaded your own picture. So I remember one time someone came in, like a bigwig at Moneris, and he's like, "Oh, you've got the paid Pro Plus." And I showed it to him. He's like, "Your buttons, they look so great," because I uploaded for every single button a color, like a red background, and it would say whatever type of cookie it was. And so every button had, I made like an image on my computer and uploaded it for every button. So every item had a different color and the word exactly like in big letters so you could see it. So in the new Moneris Go, there's the option to make each button a different color, and you have all the colors in there, which like sounds dumb, I know, but when you're scrolling through 5 pages of cookies and cupcakes, you're just like, okay, the oatmeal coconut's blue, the key lime pie bar is green, one's yellow.
They made change according to your feedback.
I think it was because of my feedback. So yeah, it's been really great.
That was Erin from the Sweetest Thing Bakery in Oakville. She had a lot of great things to say. Michael, I mean, like the whole purpose of Pilot obviously is to get this feedback so that you're creating something that works in the real world. So I think that's a great kind of example of what you guys were able to do.
Yeah, I mean, we had as she mentioned, she started the pilot 6 months ago, and that was a perfect example of functionality that we had previously. She mentioned the ability to choose colors for different products. So previously we had like images for the buttons. And so you'd have a bunch of images, but you couldn't necessarily differentiate between categories. So that was one example of some of the feedback that came in that we further implemented. And now the newer version of Go Restaurant has the ability to customize by colors. Also, some of what I mentioned before in terms of the new functionality, that also came from our pilot feedback as well. So it's essential for us to pilot these products, to gather feedback from our merchants and make sure we're listening and having our roadmap be impacted by that.
All right, so pilot's done, launch is done. According to Gad, things are going well. The launch is going really well. Let's look at the future. What kind of features do you have on your roadmap to be added in the future?
Some of the features that are coming soon on the roadmap, which also came out of feedback from our pilot and our recent launch, is the ability to schedule reports being sent to our merchants. So think, a merchant has to go in our back office to get those reports,
right?
Or not necessarily in front of a laptop or willing to, log into the merchant portal on their phone. So what we're going to be offering them is the ability to schedule reports to be sent to them automatically by email, and they'll be able to choose whether that's happening on a daily basis, a weekly basis, or a monthly basis.
Very cool.
Also, we have different types of quick service merchants. For merchants that don't necessarily have a kitchen set up, so think a small bakery or cafe where everything might be happening in the front of house, we're offering more flexibility in terms of how things are printed. Meaning, you might not want to have 2 printers, you might want to have a single printer. So we're offering some flexibility in terms of printing to the kitchen.
Right. Okay. And a final question here. I mean, if folks want to learn more about Moneris Go Restaurant, where should they go?
I mean, first off, they can certainly go to the website to learn more about the product. We have a breakdown of the different features of the product. They can check that, or they can actually reach out to whether somebody in support or their sales rep to learn more about the product, because we're making sure that our internal resources are kept up to date. So they'll also be able to update.
Okay. Gad, any final thoughts about this launch?
Yeah, listen, I think at the end of the day, we're super excited about what this product means to our current customers and our future customers. We think it resonates in the market extremely well. And as you just heard from Erin on the clip that you played, we're taking live and real feedback from our customers and making changes. So rest assured that this product is for the merchants and for the restaurateurs. And I guess on a personal note, I'm just super proud of Michael and his team, just on what they've been able to accomplish. And I know how ambitious the roadmap is in the future. And so super proud and just super excited where we're going.
Okay, well, thank you very much, both of you, for your time this afternoon.
Thanks, Al. Thanks, Al.